May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focused on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today is Tuesday, April 18th. QuantBox is your global macroeconomic Quant-in-a-Box, a fundamental tool that gives you a fundamental bias with a 1 week trial, which is $7.90. So here we are. Now, what we're going to do today is be kind of following on from yesterday with the fact that a lot of currency pairs are currently consolidating. I'm just going to go through the dollar pairs, a couple of crosses over here, the Japanese yen pairs. Let's see if we get any opportunities. Let's see if anything's setting up for us. So here we got euro dollar coming through the bias of sell. Okay, let's jump into our euro dollar over here. Okay, at the top. So if you're looking to sell euro dollar, here's the thing about euro dollar is that you've currently got pricing at support. Not a nice thing. In terms of H4, you can see here, price coming off last week's R2, coming all the way down. Notice the lack of lower high. Okay. Interesting, right? So you got price down the weekly M2. You can see price connecting with support left-hand side. Okay. Let's just do this. Yeah, like that. Okay. You can see price connecting with support left-hand side. And yeah, so your thoughts are you're out of position for a sell, definitely. You're looking for a lower high. You're looking for price to break support, support to become resistance. Unless that happens, things are quite neutral. So I wouldn't look for a sell on this just yet. Okay. I would wait this one out. There was a sell up here at the weekly R2 last week. We drew this level in over here. You can see that price breaks support, then support becomes resistance. You could have sold there. But you really are looking for some structure on the H4 time frame. Okay. Something that indicates that we've got a long-term trend downwards. Looking at the pound dollar, you can see that the bias comes across as neutral. Leave that one alone. USD CAD, neutral. Aussie USD, which was very bearish, is now neutral. Kiwi dollar is now a sell. Okay, let's look at Kiwi dollar. So if you're looking to sell this, let's look at this situation, data time frame. You're currently out of position for a sell over here. And you've got a pretty neutral technical chart. Looking at that, you can see you got your range. Okay. Let's get rid of this over here. Okay. I'm not liking this neutrality. I'd prefer things to be moving. We're just looking for lower lows, lower highs if we're going to sell here. You can see here in this section of charts over here, our price goes straight down. Now price is down here. Now, in terms of this being a lower low, you're not going to sell this 21 EMA because of the fact that you got price coming down to the bottom of this range. Okay. Let's got price breaking this resistance over here, that resistance becoming support. Not a fan of that as price goes up into resistance. How would you sell this? I would rather wait for a lower low, lower high or price action. Once that happens, then I'll use other things like moving averages. Okay. Taking a look at our Japanese yen pairs. Okay. So we've got a buy on Aussie yen. Let's take a look. Seasonality says bearish. Okay. So you can see here we're out of position for a buy completely. There was an opportunity to buy down there. And right now price continues going higher. And you can see we have not broken support. Support has not become resistance yet. So we've got no reason to be selling this. From a seasonal perspective, from a buying perspective, we're completely out of position. Could have bought down there. Okay. So CAD yen coming through the bias of buy as well. And you can see the top of the range. Not a good place to be buying. If you're trying to use your seasonal perspective of bearish, you're looking for price to break support, support to become resistance. There's some support over there. There's some support down here. Price breaks support. Price comes back up. If price comes down, it comes up, makes a lower high. Wait for price to make a lower low, get the next lower high. If price makes double top, get the lower low, lower high. Of course, nothing's set up yet. So right now, it's kind of like talk about fairy tales, really. So, but you are top of the range. Let's see how this candle closes today. Alternatively, just looking for a lower low, lower high off that resistance there. Or you could use the H1 chart, and that's your support over there. Okay, groovy. Take a look at the next yen pair. So yen pair, CAD yen. So euro yen coming through the bias of sell. It is quite bizarre. You're buying some yen pairs and selling others. There's the euro yen. There we've broken through the top of this range here. You got top of the range of this range next. You are currently at resistance in terms of all this on the left-hand side. You're looking for price to break support, support to become resistance. You can see there that support currently holding, okay? You need to see price break support, support to become resistance, okay? That hasn't happened yet, so you wait and see. On the pound yen, you've got a bias of buy, okay? Take a look. Also seasonally bearish, so you can see here you don't want to buy up here. And in terms of selling, to exercise your bearish bias from a seasonal perspective, looking for price to break support, support to become resistance. What you could be doing is looking over here and saying, have I got price breaking support, support becoming resistance over there? Okay, cool. Taking a look at Kiwi yen coming through the bias of buy. Okay, Kiwi yen. And you can see they're sideways over here. Kiwi yen currently sideways. I don't see price breaking support. I don't see support becoming resistance. If price closes this resistance, you can exercise your bias there. It's just so crowded and cramped. The problem is I don't see a lower low before forming that lower high. And if price does close, then you want to make sure that that isn't placing into sell in the bearish sell zone in a ranging market where that doesn't really count for anything. Then you can look for a lower low, lower high M15. Okay. But you're looking for a bias of buy. So you can't exercise your buy up here too high up. Okay. And if you're looking for a bias of sell because of the seasonality, you kind of want to like there. Again, I'm looking at these pairs and I'm saying a lot of stuff says wait. Okay. Euro Swissy coming to the bias of neutral. Pound Swissy comes to the bias of neutral. Aussie Swissy bias of neutral. And Kiwi Swissy bias of neutral. Bias of sell. Okay, cool. Kiwi Swissy. Let's take a look at Kiwi Swissy. What have we got in Kiwi Swissy? Kiwi Swissy coming through the bias of sell. In the QuantBox, at the profit taking zone, you can't sell there. You could exercise a counter trend trade, but you're looking for price to break resistance and resistance to become support. Okay. Don't sell here. You can see prices come off this resistance, has failed to make a lower low. If you want to verify this resistance, just go to H1 or M15, and you're looking for that lower low, lower high. Okay. You can see there, it's not currently doing that. All right, cool. And then lastly, your CAD Swissy. Bias of sell. Let's take a look at CAD Swissy. You can see there, nope, they're not looking very bearish. Looking for resistance. No, obviously weekly M3 is resistance. If you are going to sell there, you can see price bearish try to sell there, it didn't work. Don't force it. And if you wanted to verify that, just because you're running, I'm actually absolutely sure you're looking for a lower low, lower high on the M15 time frame. For me, at the moment, it's sit and wait. Sit in your hands, wait, don't lose money. I know it's choppy, I know it's frustrating, but it is what it is. You cannot force the market to move in the direction you want it to move in. You have to wait for observations and confirmations that it's doing what you'd like it to do. Okay, in line with your bias. So my recommendation is stay patient, stay disciplined, stay liquid, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.